Alex Hayden here, welcoming you to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 400, presented by Jiffy Lube. This high-speed mile-and-a-half track is located right next to Nellis Air Force Base, just north of the Las Vegas Strip. Look out for the teams who are prepared to roll the dice with their pit strategy today and see if they can hit the jackpot. Ceremonies are over, so let's head trackside and get ready to hear the command to fire engines.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight for another edition of NASCAR 22. It is the third race of the season, and we are at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway out in the desert for the running of the Pennzoil 400. And today, we will be getting through this full race. Unlike when we tried this race on Saturday night, I do have stability help on for this race. I did run about 30 laps of practice for this not that long ago, plus qualifying. A little bit slower in qualifying than what I ran in practice. I kind of had a little bit of a hiccup. I felt like I was tighter in qualifying than practice for whatever reason. Practice, I was second fastest. Martin Truex Jr. was at the top of the charts. And in qualifying, we'll be starting mid-pack as I qualified in the 20th place position today. So we'll see how that will work out. As far as the race goes, Christopher Bell will be on the pole looking for his first win of the season. Kyle Larson outside of the front row. He does have a playoff point and a pole already this year, his second time starting on the front row this year. Austin Cindric and Tyler Reddick will be in row number 2. The rookie Cindric still looking for his first career win on the season, as is the third-year man Tyler Reddick. Chase Briscoe and Denny Hamlin in row number 3. Briscoe looking for his first career win as well today. And Denny Hamlin has a stage win so far this season, as well as Larson, but looking for that first race win of the season. Chase Elliott and Joey Logano line up in row number 4. Logano on the outside of the row, coming off a win at the Auto Club Speedway. Fended off Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, and Kyle Larson late in that one in an overtime restart. And Chase Elliott coming off a third-place finish in that Auto Club race, looking for another top 5 today. Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex Jr. will round out the top 10. Truex was fastest in practice. He does have a stage win this season. Ryan Blaney coming off a 6th-place finish at Auto Club. So point standings will be at the top of the screen for this race and for every other race going forward. During the daylight races, it will be in black, so you'll see that as soon as we get the race started. There you see our driver, Kevin Harvick, starting in the 20th place position. And Kyle Busch starting towards the rear of the field in 38th today. It'll be interesting to see where he can come from deep in the field. He has the most points of anybody without a win this season of the first two races, through the first 2 races. As the driver ahead of him in points, the regular season points leader is Joey Logano, coming in off that win. Davion West, Asai Z, Michael Turner, Wade Selinsky, Billy Carjoy, Let's Go, Brandon, Derek Booth, and others. Patrick Chatterley, I think I saw you as well. NASCAR 2406, Fan for Life 77, thanks for tuning in as well. Green flag is in the air. We're underway at Las Vegas. Bit of a slow start here for Kevin Harvick into turns 1 and 2, but he is up to 5th gear now. Awaiting checkups into turns 3 and 4, I'm sure, in front of him as he quickly jumps to the outside lane. All about patience in these Cup Series races. A little checkup up on turn 4. Justin Haley got a little loose. Kevin Harvick checked up just to make sure, but he still gets by Haley and Buescher. He's able to get right back down in on the bottom lane. That's where the dirty air is at right now. Still a little bit quicker in 3 and 4 versus 1 and 2. It was like that in practice and qualifying as well once again. Looking to get this time back. Well, one car loose off turn 4. Daniel Suarez in the 99, and Harvick's going to go down to the apron in the tri-oval, and he's going to pick up a few more spots, up to 18th. Made up 2 positions from the start of the race in 2 laps. A little sketchy there for Suarez. In the bottom to try and protect with the 99 car behind him, looking to pull back away a bit more in turns 3 and 4 as he runs the middle group. Largely single file line through most of the field. One driver clips the apron going into the corner, gets really loose. I think that might have been Ross Chastain in the one for Trackhouse Racing as he's trying to make a pass on Austin Dillon in the 3 car for 15. 4 laps in, 80 laps in stage 1. Stage 2 will be 85 laps, and then the final stage will be 102. Everybody will have to make 1 pit stop at each stage today. This 400-mile, 267-lap race. Harvick trying to back up turns 1 and 2 a little bit better. In doing so, though, Daniel Suarez is going to get to his inside off of turn 2. Trying to let the car roll in a bit deeper that time through 1 and 2. Even still, Suarez is going to get back underneath him again, though. Just really hoping that car doesn't get overly tight on the long run. That's going to be the big thing. AI brakes a lot. Yep, found that out already. They did going into 3 and 4 that time. Harvick didn't really lift any extra, though, and he closes right to the back bumper. Derek Jones. Harvick hasn't made contact with anybody so far in the race today, and hopefully it stays that way. Large group of cars in front of him. Hopefully looking to get back inside the top 10 sometime soon. We'll see who's going to manage the tires out a little bit better. With a wide entrance to get back down to the bottom through 1 and 2 that time. Side by side for position in front of him between Eric Jones and Bubba Wallace. Jones picks up a spot. Wallace, a little tap from behind. Harvick is going to hold on to his race car, as does the 23. He's going to allow Suarez to close in behind, though, after those 2 mistakes. Made a little bit of a mistake, and both Suarez and McDowell power past Harvick in turns 1 and 2. Harvick is no match for anybody in that end of the racetrack.
Got 1 left.
He gains so much time back in 3 and 4.
Still next speed.
Doesn't make contact with any cars around him. Pretty hard into the wall off turn 4. All tires seem to be up, though. The 34 car underneath him, and he was trying to give him as much room as possible, and he gave him a little too much room. He jolted up the track, and it scared me, to be completely honest. Bump draft almost. You can't really bump draft on the 1.5 miles. Maybe on the straightaways for a brief moment. That would be about it. 10 laps complete. Clean so far at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 2, thanks for tuning into the stream. Custom car Michael Jordan Jr. Oh, Michael Jordan Jr., my bad. Mistaken that. He's starting to lose a little bit of pace from the cars in front of him. Off throttle a little bit more on the longer runs, it appears. Eric Almirola starting to close in from behind. One thing I noticed in practice is this 4 car wasn't as good on the longer run. Going to be battling some tight conditions early. 1 car gets sideways off turn 4, almost ran into from behind by Michael McDowell. It was Suarez. The second time Suarez has had the rear end of his car yawed out quite a bit off the exit of turn 4. Almirola going to power past his teammate through turns 1 and 2. Harvick going to drop back to 21st. So he's right around where he started, which was 20th. Not as fast as what he seemed to be at Auto Club where he had a second place finish and scored 8 stage points, but still a long ways to go in this race. You never know what could happen. Over under wall contact times 10. I've hit it once so far. I'm gonna trust my abilities and say under. I think I'll hit under 10. Even though this game is kind of wonky. 267 laps, so if I can hit the wall 9 times in this game, that's actually not bad. The problem is I could blow a tire any given time I hit it. Hope it's under 10. Kyle Busch, after starting 38th, is up to the 24th place position. A lot of clean air in front of the 4 of Harvick as he has lost touch of the cars in front of him. Kept it off the wall that time, had to lift quite a bit off the exit of turn 4. It's the problem with the stability is the car is going to get overly tight longer and longer into this run. Expected that when I ran 30 laps in practice. Get backing down quite a bit to try to keep the car in the bottom as he did that time through 1 and 2, but Kurt Busch is closing in immensely. The best thing Harvick can do though right now to try to keep that car off the wall and keep it as clean as he possibly can. It's like practice helps a lot. Yes, it does. So the plan is going to be to take a round and a half of wedge out of the car to try to help loosen it up a bit. As of right now, that will be the idea. Line of about 4 or 5 cars starting to stack up behind Harvick into turns 1 and 2 this time. Pushing the 45, going to make his way by.
Left. All clear. Got 1 left.
Now Kyle Busch to the inside. Will hit off the wall off turn 4. That's the second time. For 20 laps. Both times off the exit of turn 4 also. Busch get a little tight in that dirty air behind Harvick that time through 1 and 2. And now he's going to have a car underneath him of Justin Haley. Down to the apron through the tri-oval just a little bit. Second time Harvick's done that in the early going of the race. I need Kelsey to go off this week or I'm going to lose. I scored a lot of points this week and I'm still down by 20 going into tonight's game. Crazy. I picked up, I have the brain fart, his Taysom Hill for the Saints as a flex. I picked him up before this week. I picked him up last week when he came off injury. Scored 7 last week. I'm like, all right, not bad. You know, the first game back from injury, and then he goes off and he scores me 29. He had 4 touchdowns yesterday. 1 passing, 3 rushing, 112 yards on the ground. It's like, heck yeah, I'll use that as a flex took advantage of the fact that he's not listed as a quarterback in my fantasy league. He's listed as a tight end, but I have Kelsey as a tight end, so he's going to be my flex. Out of the gas so long, and Harvick still almost got long 3 and 4. Justin Haley, Kyle Busch have been battling for position behind Harvick, and Harvick's starting to hold up a lot more cars further back.
Stay right. Stay high. Clear all around.
Amazing how slow this car has gotten, though, over the course of the long run. Contact with Busher. He's going to get loose, and he's going to turn down in front of Harrison Burton on the bottom of the racetrack, and caution is going to come out for the first time today at lap 24. A round and a half a wedge is going to come out of Harvick's race car, and he'll hit pit road. The checkup going into 3. Got me into the back of Busher that time. We hooked him. I think he was going to have it saved, but the 21 car of Harrison Burton was underneath, and then he ended up turning all the way around on the contact off the 21. I had a feeling that was going to happen eventually tonight. Hopefully we're still on the lead lap, at the very least. Green flag going to be back in the air. Turns 1 and 2 we go. Harvick has fresher tires than the rest of the field. Try to take advantage of it.
Car right. All clear.
He was lifted quite a bit off the exit of turn 2. He wanted to get to the outside. Hoping it was going to open up just a bit more. It did. Get up into the wall though. It's going to cost him some momentum. A lot of lane changing going on. A lot of blocking. 3 wide, up high, hoping Biffle and Yaley underneath him are going to give him room up off the exit of the corner. Gave him just enough room.
1 left, 2 inside. You're 3. Clear all around. Clear all around.
They're finding a little bit of a hole. Gets down to the bottom. And to the apron he goes in the trial. But look at the speed out of the 4 car of Kevin Harvick on the restart. Just got underneath Harrison Burton. Burton did not give him a lot of room there. Harvick back into the outside lane. He did get around Todd Gilliland at least. Contact with Burton. Is Burton going to hang on to it? He's down on the apron of the racetrack. He did not save it. And the caution flag is out again at Las Vegas. Harvick going to stay out this time. Got him in the right rear corner panel. That was enough to turn him around. Green flag back in the air. Following the second caution of the race in stage 1. It's hard when they check up so easy going into this corner. That was the problem the other night, too. And that's twice now I've turned a car as a result. Luckily, I'm not crashing with them because that happened a couple times. That was driving me nuts.
3 wide, 2 down there. Got 1 left. Clear, clear.
Pounding the wall off turn 4. That's 4 times I've gotten into the wall. It's all in that same corner, too.
Stay right. All clear.
Down to 34 down underneath the 4 of Harvick.
Clear, clear, clear.
Bump drafting Eric Jones on the back straightaway, but Jones just going to pull up out of line.
3 wide, 2 down there. Got 1 left. Clear, clear.
I was trying to help Jones that time.
Clear, clear, clear.
Suarez gets loose. Luckily, he kept it down to the bottom, and Kevin Harvick was able to get around him. Harvick looks low underneath his teammate, Chase Briscoe.
Clear, clear, clear. One left, 2 inside. You're 3 wide. All clear. Got one left. Low.
Taking that round
Clear all around.
and a half a wedge out of the car definitely helped. Byron got loose off turn 4 right in front of Harvick. Harvick stayed in the gas, just got to his outside. Almost got into his right rear corner panel, but he did keep it off. And
One left.
yeah, so unfortunately Harvick is trapped a lap down. So it looks like the top 12 cars are on the lead lap.
One left.
Top 12 cars on the lead lap. There are a lot of cars that are a lap down right now
Clear.
from those 2 cautions that had come out earlier in the race. One of the 2 cautions have trapped so many cars that lap down. I'm not sure which one it was.
Clear.
Fortunately, cautions come out, you get these scoring issues in this game.
Clear.
We've already had 2 of them.
Got one left. All clear.
Anything you can do about it, though. Scotty Dingus, thanks for tuning in. Just past halfway through stage 1. Harvick looking to get back on the lead lap. He does have fresher tires. He pitted during the first caution, but not the second.
Got one low.
On the outside of Chase Elliott in the 9, who is in 4th. And Chastain's got a fast race car because he's up to 3rd
Got
place.
one left. Clear.
Hovering right around 15th at the start. Oh, one car pitting off turn 4. Bell squeezes Kevin Harvick up the racetrack. Larson pits from the lead, by the way. Fifth time, Harvick has touched the wall off turn 4. That was more Christopher Bell's fault. Harvick could have lifted. He didn't. There was no contact between the 2 cars, but Bell threw a major block. If Harvick didn't hit the wall, Bell was probably going to drive him up into it. Harvick underneath the 20 of Bell. Bell going to pit this time by. Harvick back on the lead lap. We'll see where he'll cycle. Everybody else behind him is going to have a lot fresher tires. Let's see how this is all going to work itself out. I have an issue with the scoring too. Cautions come out. That's a big problem. I think that's a bigger problem than the AI personally. So I'm pretty sure Harvick is going to actually get back into the lead. Maybe not. It's up to 8. Am I 2 laps down? I've got to be 2 laps down. Unless there's still cars on the racetrack. I haven't pit yet. If everybody has hit pit road, then we were 2 laps down. We lost a lap during both cautions, which is ridiculous. There are more cars in the pits right now, so maybe that isn't the case. Okay, never mind. We were only 1 lap down, not 2. We shouldn't have even been 1 lap down, but we were. Harvick is in the lead for the first time today at Las Vegas. Problem is, though, he's on older tires, and there's still about 24 laps to go. 34 laps to go, rather, in stage 1. It's going to be very interesting to see when the leaders are going to catch up to him, because they will eventually. Get another caution at any point in time. Harvick's going to make sure he hits pit road. Cars side by side coming out of the pits. Corey LaJoy. And they're stopping. Harvick slides right in front of Ryan Blaney. He's getting up to speed still. Now Blaney's stuck in line behind Harvick. He's in 11th, so he's a lap down. Still a lot more cars down on the bottom of the track, leaving the pits. Oh boy, Kyle Busch getting sideways on the apron, trying to get up to speed. He missed a shift or something.
Stay left. Clear all around. Clear all around.
How do you get the next gen on NASCAR 21 Ignition? You have to update the game. It's a free update, though. If you have NASCAR 21 ignition, it is free to update. It took about an hour and a half for mine to update. I have 5G too. I have some high-speed internet, so if you don't have super high-speed internet, it's probably going to take a while. Ethan, thanks for tuning in also. You're asking that question, by the way, Benito Luna. Thanks for watching. 30 laps to go, stage 1. First time Harvick has led today. Did not lead in the Daytona 500. He pitted during the first caution of the race. I don't think he's going to be able to make it upfield to the end of the stage. He stayed out during the second caution, so he will have to pit eventually. The plan is to stay out at least long enough so that way he'll have fresher tires to try to run some of these guys back down again eventually.
Got one left.
Amazing how much this car tightens up, though. Every time I get a car underneath me off turn 4, I get in the wall every time. Whether I lift or don't lift. Oh, one car, I thought he was going to lose it there. Ty Dillon trying to get around the 62 of Noah Gregson. The left side tire's down on the apron and about wiped out. Same thing Chastain did earlier in the race. Trying to make a pass for position. Those guys are battling for 24. Chastain cycled from 3rd back to 12th through green flag pit stop, so he lost a lot of time. I don't know if he stayed out a lot longer than everybody else or what the case was.
Stay right.
Gonna get back on the lead lap, passing Harvick through turns 3 and 4, or 1 and 2 rather. The plan for Harvick is to pit during the stage break. I'm not sure if anybody else is going to or not. So he's leading now, just kind of hoping a caution comes out so he can pit under the yellow. He's got about 1/3 of a tank of gas left in the race car, but there's still 26 laps left in the stage, so he's definitely not going to make it. Kind of the only hope he has to get any sort of stage points whatsoever. Take on fresh tires, restart towards the tail end of the field, and then try to rip through everybody in time to win the stage. At least get back in the top 10 at all costs. When you're losing time, when do you pull that trigger to pit and try to make that time back up? Because you do have to finish on the lead lap at the end of stage 1. It has to be the goal if you're the core of Harvick. If you stay all the way out, I don't think you're going to have enough time to be able to make that lap back up again.
All clear.
Hi, Stephen King 92 Hammer, thanks for tuning in. A lot of cars diving down to the bottom. Single file. Christopher Bell is about to take the race lead away from Harvick. Oh man, Hamlin checked up going into the corner.
We didn't come here for second.
I don't know why he checked up as much as he did. Harvick's on much older tires and still got into the back of him. Martin Truex Jr. going to make the pass for the lead as he was able to get by Harvick before Bell. Bell's still stuck behind the 4. I think Harvick has to pit now because he has already lost the lead. So Kevin Harvick will pit this time by 4 tires of fuel. And then he'll try to go 22 laps on his fresh tires to the end of the race. And he will pit this time. 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed, and he will get down to pit road speed at the commitment line. So Harvick is in. Justin Tucker is money. Yes, he is. I did watch the game last night. That dude is
Only a few
Unbelievable.
laps till we pit.
The fact that he never misses, but then even it could be a 60-plus yard field goal, and he bangs them almost every time. Got to be the best kicker in NFL history. He just hasn't had those, insane postseason clutch kicks that Terry had early in his career. His team's never really able to make deep playoff runs since he's been the kicker for the Ravens. So Harvick is going to end up going a lap down again, I'd have to assume. Can he get the lap back before the end of the stage is going to be the question. He's going to have slightly fresher tires than everybody by about 13 laps. Will it be enough? We'll wait and find out. No adjustments made for Harvick.
All clear.
Right, his pit stop that time. Harvick back in the 19th place position, right in line behind his teammate Chase Briscoe. I looked to the inside of Briscoe into 1 and 2, couldn't get there. Tap behind him in the back and actually pushed Briscoe further out ahead of him, and Harvick himself lost time in 1 and 2 as a result. The outside this time in 3 and 4 where there's more clean air. They'll make the pass for 18. Free pass given in this game. Harvick shouldn't be a lap down. I'm not sure if it was the first or second caution of the race which caused him to go a lap down, but we had a scoring error where everybody from 13th on back got trapped a lap down. That's why Harvick is a lap down in the first place. Everybody's made green flag pit stops. Harvick stayed out a bit longer than everybody else. Did not get a caution.
Clear, clear, clear.
Passes Burton for a spot. Blaney's on the lead lap. On Barkley, thanks for tuning in. Cowboys Giants, November 24th. Is that the Thanksgiving by chance this year or no? I always wanted to go to a Thanksgiving game day. That'd be pretty cool. Lions play on Thanksgiving every year, so I get a chance to go. They used to play the Packers every other year on Thanksgiving, and they haven't done that in a while.
Clear, clear.
Kind of stopped that biannual tradition, unfortunately. Right in line behind Blaney.
Got one right.
Looking down low. Blaney got into Harvick going into the corner. That messed the 4 cars entry up. I don't think Harvick's going to have a shot to get back on the lead lap. He's got fresher tires, but he doesn't have fresh enough tires.
All right, keep it high. Clear, clear,
It's around
clear.
Blaney. Now he chopped Blaney's nose off. There was no contact there, though. As he made the pass on the 12 car. Cool, man. Enjoy the game. BJ McLeod is in 16th. I don't know how, but he is. Live Fast Motorsports having themselves a day at Las Vegas. I'm sure if everybody's going to pit during the stage break or not. Harvick definitely will.
Got one left.
Gonna have to try to gain some sort of an advantage.
Still next to you. Clear all around.
No matter what kind of adjustment I make, though, the car, no matter how loose I make it, the car still gets super, super tight after about 15 to 20 laps. Mark Truex Jr. is going to be able to hang on to win the stage. It'll be a second stage win already this season. "13 laps to go, stage 1. Homestead and the remote NASCAR. Six chances for a new champ. Yeah. Crazy how many defending champions have been eliminated already or didn't even make it, like Truex or Keselowski's sake. Well, Logano and Elliott are the only two previous champions left, if I'm not mistaken. Notorious, thanks for tuning in. And Biffle in last place, few laps down to that 44 Chevrolet. 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Byron and Harvick went to split. 44 of Biffle. Harvick should be able to gain a few more positions before the end of the stage, but there's no way he's going to get back in the lead lap. Just passed the 9th place car of Byron, but he's still got 8 more spots to go. Six-tenths of a second quicker than Byron through 3 and 4 until that wall scrape. That's 6. I've been keeping count. That's 6 wall scrapes all off of turn 4. Crazy thing is, I feel better in that corner. Yeah, that's the corner I'm getting into the wall. Probably because I know I'm not fast at 1 and 2. So I don't even try to push it. This is on expert difficulty, by the way. Just like the first 2 races of the season. SHR equipment, you would think top tier. Last couple seasons, maybe not so much, but at least we have the best driver on the team. Austin Dillon, the other FCR Chevrolet, is in 15th. Lucky kind of holding these guys up a little bit because Elliott got held up behind him, and Eric Jones not that far in front of the 8th place car of Elliott. So each of the first 2 cautions in the first half of the stage kind of came out pretty much back to back. Liking the racing on Vegas so far. Only because I have stability help, I like it, but without stability help, I hate it. We tried it the other day, and I tested it again today too. You can't race this track without stability on. It gets too tight later in the run, but then when you hit the wall, you lose control so easily. So there's no hope. And then if you try to loosen it up too much, you just get mad loose and you can't even make a lap. So
one left. They're all around.
Kind of stuck with what you got, really. There's no custom setup, so there's no way to kind of change the balance of the race car to be able to try to drive it super loose, or even if you wanted to tighten it up. So that's why adjustments are hard to make when you don't have any sort of traction control or steering stability on. Pretty quickly on Dillon. Gets around him in that middle groove. Large line of cars up here. Need more positions. No chance at stage points for Harvick in 15th right now. 5 laps to go, stage 1. Jones in the 43. Running so hot. Busher after spinning earlier back to 38.
One left.
Elliott crowding Harvick in the middle of the corner. Harvick goes up the track to make sure he wasn't going to hit Elliott. That cost him some time in the middle of the corner, though. He did keep it off the wall that time around, though. 4 laps to go, stage 1. Elliott getting really snappy loose off turn 2.
Got one left. Clear.
With a run on him towards the outside. Get around Chase Elliott. Has a run on the 43 of Eric Jones. Looks low in the tri-oval.
Car right. Clear,
Big
clear.
run off the outside for Harvick that time as he gains another spot. 3 laps to go in the stage. We're closing in on the 17 of Chris Buescher.
Stay
Get to
left.
the inside
Clear
of
all
that
around.
17 car. The car go up the track intentionally that time. He was hoping he can keep some sort of speed up to try to catch Garrett Smithley too. That didn't work. Reddick in 7th being held off. Chase Elliott trying to catch him. 2 laps to go in stage 1. Kurt Busch is definitely going to be a spot I think Harvick can get to him. Won't matter anyway because Harvick's going to pit during the stage break. Sam Modding, thanks for tuning in.
Stay right. Clear, clear.
Car's got sideways going into turns 3 and 4 up ahead. Wesolowski back in 36 right now. Got the RFK cars outside the top 35 in the early going of the race. Final lap of the stage. Kind of diamonding turns 1 and 2 off.
Stay right.
Massive run to the outside.
Clear. Got one left.
Kurt Busch is going to pick up 1
Clear,
spot.
clear, clear. Pit road is
And
closed.
he'll finish 13th. I did not do that, by the way. The caution came out and I had no control over my race car and it slid me into the wall. So we ended up first car a lap down at the end of the stage, but we're not going to get the free pass because that is not a thing in this game, unfortunately. And we shouldn't have been a lap down anyway. What, ideally, considering the fact that it wasn't a lap down, or I shouldn't have been a lap down, I would have finished either 7th or 8th. I don't know if I was ahead of Reddick or not. I might not have been, but I still should have gotten some stage points, didn't get any. Needless to say, Martin Truex Jr. will win stage 1. It'll be his 2nd stage win of the season. His teammate Christopher Bell will end up 2nd. Kyle Larson 3rd. Joey Logano coming off that win at Auto Club will be 4th. Austin Cindric in 5th. Alex Bowman 6th. Tyler Reddick 7th. Chase Elliott 8th. William Byron 9th. And Ryan Blaney will round out the top 10 and all receive stage points in stage number 1. So I will pit during the stage break. Have to take a screenshot for points purposes because I am keeping track of points myself.
Pit road is closed.
I would imagine everybody else is not going to pit. And I'm not going to make any adjustments during this stage either. Actually, never mind, I will. We're going to take another round and a half of wedge out. I got to do something. Because it gets way too tight on the long run. I don't think I'm going to stay out as much this time. I think when the rest of the field pits, I'm going to pit also. But it looks like everybody else will stay out during the stage break, so Kevin Harvick will be on pressure tires at the back of the field in the 25th place position. 85 laps in stage 2. The green flag is back in the air at Las Vegas. Harvick going to have about 35 lap pressure tires in the rest of the field.
Got one right.
Another round and a half of wedge out of the car. It's 3 rounds total in this race he has taken
Got
out.
one right. Car right.
Side lane opened up quite a bit in turns 3 and 4 as he looks to make some passes down on the bottom lane up off the exit of the corner. Preferably like to get back in the top, but just gonna have to ride the bottom for right now. Making it work so far. Just gets back into the outside lane. The back straightaway, though, he gets into Garrett Smithley.
Fire, you're up top. Yellow
And that will bring out another caution, unfortunately. Oh, Jesus. Not going to pit during that one. That's unfortunate. Caution's out for the third time today. All three yellows have been in turn 3 on entry. There's Prey. Didn't lose another lap there. Pretty good restart for Harvick. Couple cars moving up off the top. God bless America. They check up so much. Custer's around. That's going to be another caution. Same thing that was happening the other night. So repetitive. It didn't even save my setup either. Come on, game. Hopefully it saves my setup this time. Yeah, I've been monetized for a while. I've been monetized for almost a year? Not quite. It was about the end of the season last year. There are some cars on pit road here, so I'm glad Harvick's pitting. Not everybody's in the pits, but there are a lot of some cars that hit pit road. That was our 4th caution of the race now. Green flag back in the air. We'll try it again. Mix of drivers on old and fresh tires. We might see some cars pitting. That got very tight up off the exit of the corner. Checking up quite a bit. We might see some cars pit this time. Harvick's going to be prepared for it. We'll all straight. Come on, save it, Burton. There we go. Luckily, Harrison Burton saved that. A little bit of contact. Are we going to try to go to the bottom this time? Is that a little bit better? They're pitting. Yep, they're pitting. Harvick's going to have to try to find a hole. That wasn't exactly the way I wanted to get through. But he got through. No caution. We stay green. Jesus. Oh, my right front's down. That's what... I blew a tire in that? Are you kidding me? No wonder I was so slow on the front stretch. The right front tire down on the 4 of Harvick. As if this race couldn't get any worse. For the 4 team. Didn't save my setup again, so might as well try to change it again. Unfortunately, he's going to be with all these other cars on pit road, too. So much for trying to gain an advantage. He's going to be a lap down again anyway. First time we've gotten an ad on stream. I have it set up for the ads to play during streams, but the only reason is because I don't really post many videos, so for getting any sort of monetization, you don't really make money off streaming unless you get super chats. But all I do is stream for the most part. Very rarely upload. I try to have them set up to where they're not going to be during green flag racing majority of the time. I don't pull up major network corporation. The way they air some races. Kevin Harvick in the 18th place position, and again, is 1 lap down. Maybe 2 laps down, depending on who all pitted during the stage break. Five cautions in today's race.
One left. All clear.
I don't know why I'm so much slower than everybody else. We all pitted at the same time. I can't even keep up with these guys. I'm Patrick, thanks for watching also. Oh boy. Why am I so tight? I don't understand. I make adjustments in this game and they don't do anything. They either do too much or they don't do anything at all. Like, they never fix it. I'm lifting so much in the corners as if I'm super tight. I have equal tires as everybody else and they're blowing around me. It's not even like it's guys at the front of the field either. 11, 12, 13 place cars are just checking out. I knew I should have went to the outside when they were all pitting. I kind of got trapped on the bottom because I entered turn 3 on the bottom before I realized they were hitting pit road. And I was just kind of hoping there was going to be a hole, but they were all nose to tail and there was no way to get out of there without contact. I thought I was all right though. I didn't think I punctured the right front tire. Leave it to video games. Like, even still, Kevin Harvick blows the tires the next gen car on a mile and a half. Some things just don't change. Suarez starting to run down the 4 of Harvick. I'm going to try taking that wedge back out of it, to be completely honest. Try to go from there.
Stay right. Still next to you. Clear all around. Got one left. Clear, clear. Clear, clear, clear.
Harvick losing spots to both Daniel Suarez and Eric Jones. It's going to drop him back to 20th. Kyle Busch not that far behind him, as well as Harrison Burton as well. race car. Christopher Bell not that far behind Kevin Harvick as well. There's wall hit number 7.
Stay right. Stay high. Clear, clear.
Kyle Larson is about to put Kevin Harvick a second lap down. It's only 3.5 seconds behind the 4 car. I thought I saw him pit during that last caution, along with the 4 of Harvick. And I figured he was still on the lead lap because he finished 3rd in stage 1. Pitting under that last yellow definitely worked out for Larson. Truex also on the same strategy as the 5. Larson about a second ahead of Truex in the 19. Mark DeMars, welcome into the stream. I didn't realize we're almost halfway home already. Another 23 laps or so. Kind of been stuck speed-wise between that 18th and 22nd place position the whole race. They're definitely slower after the adjustment changes made during that last pit stop compared to what we were before. Only about a second and a half behind Harvick, and again Harvick in danger of going a second lap down in stage 2. I've lost 1 lap during a caution in stage 1. Just as a random thing in this game that we all know that have played or have watched any content on NASCAR 21 Edition, that sometimes gets trapped a lap down. So everybody from 13th on back was trapped a lap down at the end of stage 1 as a result. Harvick finished 13th in the stage. If he wasn't a lap down, would have finished either 7th or 8th. Scored some stage points. And then on the restart, blew a right front tire, the most recent restart. So he had to pit, and that's why he's in this situation where he's almost 2 laps down rather than just the 1 lap down. Larson is now right in line behind the 21 car of Harrison Burton, and Burton still behind Harvick, has been for a few laps. Larson and Truex have a much faster car. Larson caught in the lap traffic, so now Truex only half a second behind the 5. Harvick pulling the 21 car through 3 and 4. Struggles for speed, though, in turns 1 and 2. Case for practice qualifying and, of course, into the race now as well. Harrison Burton down low underneath the 4 of Harvick. 3 wide up ahead into turns 3 and 4.
Got 1 left. Clear, clear.
Larson on the inside of the 4 of Harvick, and Harvick is now 2 laps down. in this race. Still have a little less than 50 laps to go yet in stage 2. Not even halfway through the second stage. Harrison Burton holding up Larson a little bit more, and Truex may still have a shot at Larson to get to the lead. Truex won stage 1. Byron in third, only 2 seconds off the leaders as well. Hopefully Harrison Burton continues to hold up Larson and Truex, so at least Harvick doesn't lose as much time to these guys. I mean, now the goal, if any way possible, Kevin Harvick needs to finish this stage 1 lap down. The problem is he's going to lose a lot of time to these guys until the next pit stop happens. You can try to short pit, but then you risk if a caution comes out, then you're going to be 3 laps down. You're only going to shoot yourself in the foot a little bit more. Truex going for the lead, about got into the left rear quarter panel of Larson in turns 1 and 2. Now they're both stuck behind the 21 of Harrison Burton, so Truex has caught the 5. Byron only about 2 seconds off the lead now. Truex again looking low. Larson left the bottom open. Truex got a little tight though in the middle of the corner and couldn't hang on. Good battle for the lead. Too bad not in contention for it right now. It's almost feeling like Daytona where I ran mid-pack the whole race. Finished a couple laps down and ended up 17th at the end of the race with no stage points. Like Harvick isn't going to get any stage points at all at either stage today at Vegas as well. And the way things are looking right now, I'd be shocked if he ends up finishing mid-teens to mid-20s right now. It's about where he's pacing. He's 7th in the standings right now total. So not a bad start through 2 races. He's got an average finish of 9.5 after the first 2 races. A lot of that was just that second place run and the fact he scored stage points in both stages at Auto Club. Helped him out a ton in the standings. Next race will be tomorrow night at Phoenix, and it's going to be our first 50% race of this NASCAR 22 schedule, so it's only going to be 156 laps. Be interesting to see what the strategy is going to be like in that race. Field might be able to make it on 1 pit stop, 1 or 2, I'd have to imagine. Lean towards 1, but I could see 2. Truex again underneath Larson. Harrison Burton's holding the 5 and the 19 up a lot right now. Truex is going to make the pass for the lead in turns 1 and 2, so the 19 car, after winning stage 1, is back out in front midway through stage 2, exactly halfway through the second stage. This guy's pitting during the caution mode too. They may pit a little bit earlier than some of the rest of the cars in the field. I'm honestly alright with finishing 2 laps out at the end of the stage, just because I know Harvick is going to pit during the stage break, and he's going to be able to get a lap back quickly there. Depending on how the cautions could potentially play out in that final stage as well, we'll have to wait and see
Got 1 left.
how it all works out.
All clear.
Custer going to get by Harvick, not for a spot though. Harvick's still in 22nd.
1 left. Still inside.
Custer moving up right into Harvick. Probably didn't even realize his teammate got back to the outside of him. Byron stuck behind the 4 car. He was just 2 seconds off the lead, and now he's losing more time. Truex still can't get underneath Harrison Burton in the 21.
1 left.
Byron in 1 and 2 going to squeeze by. Harvick about turned him. Right in the middle of the corner. How about Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 6th place position? What a run he's had for JTG Doherty Racing today. Looking for his first top 10 of the season. Looking for his first stage points of the year, if I'm not mistaken, in this stage. Even he's a lap down right now. Looks like only the top 5 had hit pit road during that last caution. That's why they've got a lap on the field. We will have a trivia question at the halfway mark, which will take place in about 8 more laps. Plan for Harvick is to definitely short pit. When do you want a short pit? We're down to about 36 to go, considering he's 2 laps down. About 36 laps to go in the stage currently. I think you look at potentially pitting right around 30 laps to go. Trying to make up a little bit of time, and maybe there's a chance he could finish 1 lap down before the end of the stage. You hope. No guarantees. We'll take that round and a half of wedge out of the car. If he's going to take that other round and a half out, and again at the start of the race, it's possible. He was second fastest in practice. I don't know. Because the AI times were slower potentially in practice than qualifying. It wasn't in qualifying because I qualified 20th. I feel like I made a major mistake. Stability held kind of too tight to run the bottom. Still ran the middle of the upper lane on my qualifying line pretty good. And went down to the apron in the trial. I don't know. Larson only about 5 seconds ahead. I'm not sure if Truex may have gotten by the 21, but Larson most certainly has not yet. Harvick can make up 5 seconds if they're still stuck behind the 21 car until they pin. And 33 laps left this time by. He's got to consider pinning here sometime soon. He's got a whole train of cars coming too.
Got 1 left. All clear.
Westman, thanks for tuning in. Are we going to stay out 1 more lap, and then he's going to pit next time by. So when he comes off the pit lane, he's going to have about 31 or 32 laps to go on the next set of tires. But plenty of fuel to make it to the end of the stage, and the hope is to get back to 1 lap down. He's 2 down right now. Larson's about 7 seconds in front of him in second. Hopefully Truex is still stuck behind the 21 car of Harrison Burton as well. The actual, like, your car plays or races better in the handling department. I think Vegas, not as much, but gotta get down to pit road speed. Harvick does just that. He was coming in hot on his way to pit road. It'll be a 4-tire stop for Kevin Harvick. The round and a half wedge back into the race car. Keep the rear end from maybe sliding around a little bit more in the middle of the corner.
Only a few laps to
I didn't realize Stenhouse pitted with him in 6, so a lot of the leaders that already pitted, looks like they're going to be on their way in pretty soon as well. Interested to see how all that's going to play out. Overall, the game, I think, is slightly better. The AI are even dumber than what they were before, unfortunately. How is it? Look at how fast Stenhouse had his 4-tire stop versus us. Look at how much further ahead he cycled, even though we pitted in front of him. I mean, he's like 3 or 4 seconds ahead. Harvick on pressure tires. Gonna have to watch some cars pitting then. Kevin Harvick in last place right now by short pitting, so he was really banking on this staying green. We'll hope for the best. Larson cycling off the pit road just up ahead. Harvick under McLeod. McLeod kept moving down on him.
Clear, clear. Stay left. Clear all around.
Larson was one of the leaders, though, and the fact he cycled not that far in front of Kevin Harvick. This is a chance for Harvick to get the one lap down McLeod. About turned him into turn one. Harvick was obviously there, and the 78 just cut down right on top of him.
Stay left.
Larson on a lot of pressure tires on these guys around him as well. Stenhouse moves down on the 4. Harvick makes the late dive, but he's obviously there. Wallace about wipes out right in front of Harvick. Harvick moves to the outside as a safety precaution, and Stenhouse in the draft going to get right back around him. Oh, Stenhouse about to turn Michael McDowell. He clipped the apron going into the corner.
Got one left.
Forgot he pitted with Harvick. Cody Ware moving up right into the 4.
Clear all around.
This is what I mean, though. AI have no sensual awareness. Harvick stuck behind Kurt Busch. I should say Larson stuck behind Kurt Busch. Harvick gets in front of Larson. Gets to the outside of the 45. Now you just wonder, where's the 19 car of Martin Truex Jr.? Did Larson cycle ahead of him? And if so, Harvick has to beat the 5 car of Larson right now if he's going to want to finish this stage one lap down. '47 took 2 tires, I doubt it. I think the game just gives us slower pit stops. I feel like the AI always take 4. I don't think they go like fuel only or only 2 tires. Look at Larson sending it into 1 and 2 on the bottom. Tried to slide up in front of Harvick. Couldn't do it in time. I don't know how this is going to work. 3 wide. Harvick with the block. He clipped the apron. Hangs on to the race car. Stays in front of the 5 of Larson. We've got a battle between the 5 and the 4 right now, and the 5 is hoping that he can stay in front of him to the end of the stage. Try to get a lap back. Harvick to the outside.
Stay right. All clear.
Good corner through 1 and 2 for Harvick.
Got one right. Clear, clear. All clear.
Into the corner hot. 3 and 4 goes Harvick.
3 wide, 2 outside.
Oh, Dylan pitting. Oh my gosh. No clue he was pitting there, and luckily Harvick didn't get turned by the 3 car. Trying to pit from the second lane. 3 wide in the corner, too. The car on the outside, which I believe was Greg Biffle in the 44. Tight the dirty air behind Hamlin that time. Lifts quite a bit in the middle of the corner to keep it off the wall.
Car right. All clear. Car right. Clear, clear, clear. Car right.
Gangton team, thanks for tuning in.
All clear.
Contact with Denny Hamlin.
Middle of 3. 1 left. Clear, clear, clear.
Harvick pitting a couple laps before Larson. Definitely allowed Harvick to cycle out in front of the 5. Does he have the long run pace, though, to stay in front of him? That is where Harvick has lacked in speed the most. He's on the long run, really 15 to 20 laps plus. He's going to have to go about 31 to 32 laps on these tires to the end of the stage. Trying to get a lap back. Gets around Harrison Burton, rather. And Truex actually is in front of Harvick yet. So Truex and Byron have cycled out in front of Harvick, so he's ahead of Larson. But now Harvick needs to get in front of the 24 and the 19 before the end of the stage. They're about 2.5 seconds ahead of him and unequal tires, unfortunately. And again, knowing Harvick's not as good on a long run, you just got to hope some slower lap cars get in front of those guys. Up to 17.
Right. Clear, clear, clear.
Kyle Busch, 18 car pulling out of the pits.
Clear, clear. Yep.
Caution
Yep,
is
passing the
out.
yellow.
That's an interesting yellow right there. Harvick's definitely going to pit. But we have our 6th caution of the race. Harvick will take 4 fresh tires. He's still going to be 2 laps down because the 19 and the 24 were in front of him. So Harvick is still 2 down. But he's going to take fresh tires and try to get this lap back before the end of stage 2. And now he's going to be within that window, 15 to 20 laps to go, likely on the restart, that his car might not get super tight by the end of the run. He needs to hope this stays green. And it looks like we're going to have about 15 laps to go on the restart. Green flag is going to be back in the air at Las Vegas in stage 2. Harvick needs this advantage. Backed it up quite a bit in 1 and 2. He doesn't want to run into the back of anybody into 3 and 4.
3 wide.
Those are going to check up.
Stay right.
Golly.
They're all around. They're
That
all
doesn't
around.
help. All tires are up. Can't be making those mistakes. Harvick needs to get aggressive here and hope he doesn't get into the back of anybody because they're going to check up quite a bit. Yeah, sorry I didn't get the trivia question. I'll give it to you guys at stage 2. It's going to have to go to the bottom, it looks like, into turns 3 and 4.
Clear, clear.
That white line a little bit, had to lift quite a bit in the middle of the corner. Harvick not making up as much time, at least as quickly as he would have liked through the first 2 laps. Dillon just mustered his way right by Harvick.
Stay right. Clear, clear.
Right back by Dillon. Squeeze play from the 34 of McDowell.
Got 1 left. All right, keep it high. All right, hold your line. All right, clear, clear, clear. Clear, clear, clear.
Some cars making contact in the middle of 1 and 2. Harvick has a run off the exit of the corner. Contact with Ty Dillon in the 42.
Got 1 right. All clear. Got 1 right. Got 1 right. All clear.
These guys are just not making it easy for Kevin Harvick right now. Stuck at the back of the field. Can't seem to really make the passes for position. Are still not handling well in 1 and 2.
3 wide, 2 down there.
78 of BJ McLeod moving up in the middle of the corner.
Middle of 3. All right, hold your line.
3 wide middle. Harvick gets sandwiched between 2 cars. God,
Middle here, 3 wide.
Cody Ware can't hold a straight line in the middle of the tri-oval, and he's banging the 4 car into the side of the 78 on a repeated basis.
They're all around.
Harvick somehow didn't get turned by the 78 car there. And races on. I saw the controller batteries low.
Stay right.
Probably make it to the end of the race anyway.
All right, keep it high. Still there. All
It's
clear.
ridiculous.
right. All right, keep it high. Clear,
Every
clear,
time a
clear.
car gets underneath me, I
Got
can't
one
keep
left.
the car from turning
Clear,
left.
clear, clear.
Feeds me into the wall almost every time. I don't think there's any chance Harvick's going to get the one lap down before the end of the stage. I mean, he only had about 5 lap pressure tires, maybe a little more, 5 to 10 lap pressure tires, but I thought it was going to make at least some sort of a difference. I mean, he shouldn't put me all the way at the tail end of the field. I was in 25th.
Stay right. All clear. Got one left. All clear.
Realistically, I would have restarted 25th, not
Still there.
in the last row.
Clear, clear, clear.
Blub, also welcome into the stream. I agree with your comment, 100% also, Blub. We're down to 6, maybe 4 laps to go. I don't know. I think it's 2 laps down, so probably looking at 4 laps left in stage 2.
Stay right. Stay right. Clear, clear, clear. Stay right. Clear, clear, clear.
Contact with Chastain. In 9th, he's battling Stenhouse for a stage point in 8th.
3 wide, 2 down.
Stenhouse checked up mightily going into the corner. 3 wide middle. Harvick moved down quite a bit. He didn't give Stenhouse enough room. Nor do I think Stenhouse was going to hold his line anyway, but why I moved down, but he actually held it at least up to that point in the corner. All tires are up on the 4 of Harvick at least. This race is just not going his way. The fact that I sacrificed 6 positions to pit, I don't think I would have had much of a chance to get back on the lead lap anyway. Thought I had a better shot this way.
1 left. All clear. Stay right. Clear, clear, clear.
Harvick looking to the inside of Stenhouse.
Car right.
Going to get around him in turns 3 and 4.
Clear, clear.
Double file racing. Final lap of stage 2, this time by. Really no other spots Harvick can gain. He's going to be 2 laps down to the start of the final stage. He's going to pit for fresh tires again and go from there. Make another wedge adjustment. 4 team's been working almost every time they come to pit road. Harvick going to be 2 laps down again at the end of stage 2. 1 lap down at the end of stage 1, 2 laps down at the end of stage 2. Finished 13th at the end of stage 1, 23rd at the end of stage 2. Martin Truex Jr. sweeps the stages today at Las Vegas, his 3rd stage win of the season. Kyle Larson close 2nd, William Byron 3rd, Tyler Reddick 4th, Christopher Bell will round out the top 5. Chase Elliott in 6th, Ross Chastain 7th, Austin Cindric 8th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 9th, Chase Briscoe will round out the top 10. Again, all those drivers will receive stage points in this 2nd stage. And on to stage number 2 we go. 4 tires and fuel for Harvick. Gonna restart this stage 2 laps down, and we'll see what kind of strategy can be pulled for him to find a way to hopefully have a chance to win the race. So we'll see. I just want a top 10 at this point. Just give me a top 10. Even if I finish 1 lap down. I don't know how many cars are on the lead lap right now. Probably still 12. Maybe 11. It looks like 11 cars are on the lead lap right now. So I am going to have to get back in the lead lap to even get a top 10 at this point. Green flag back in the air. Harvick backing up turns 3 and 4. Everybody swinging out right in front of him. Little check up off turn 4. He did keep it off the wall. Got to the outside of the 6 of Brad Keselowski. Can't wreck the field at all costs here. He's got to hope that they give him just enough room. Slides right between Bubba Wallace and Ryan Blaney that time off turn 2. Into turns 3 and 4. So far, so good for Harvick. Staying up on the outside, just clear Chris Buescher. Gets alongside J.J. Aley in the 55. So far, it's so clean. Corey LaJoie with a late block. In the middle of the tri-oval on Harvick. Harvick's got the pacing right now to at least get a lap back. Stan had to check up, keep from running into the car in front of him off turn 4. That would have been Cole Custer in the 41. Harvick down to the bottom underneath Custer. Sticks the white line in the corner. Slide right up in front of him so he can try to go back to the outside in 3 and 4 again. Custer looking to get back down low to the bottom into 3 and 4 himself. Oh, wow. A.J. Allmendinger almost came up into the 4 of Harvick. Didn't realize he was there 3 wide off the exit of turn 4. Harvick barely clears Allmendinger and Haley, both the Kaulig cars down underneath him. Some squeeze plays going on. Harvick to the outside of the 24. Byron getting the acceleration off the high side. Back to 23rd again is Harvick. Suarez did not give Harvick a lot of room there. Exhibit A tried to side draft Harvick in the middle of the tri-oval, got into him a bit. Harvick hangs on to his race car. Gets to the outside of Tyler Reddick, passes him. That pass on Hamlin and Suarez there a couple moments ago were for position. Getting Harvick up to 20th. Biff Blaney custom schedule? I don't know. I almost want to do Biffle because I don't think he's going to race again in the Cup Series. I'm not entirely sure yet. It's a good question. Diamonding turns 1 and 2 off. Trying to find something different. Well, he's got the tire advantage to do so. Logano pulling low, trying to get underneath Harrison Burton for a spot. 3 wide to the top goes Harvick. Oh, Burton got into him. Harvick moved down a little bit as Burton was moving up. Logano gets by both cars. PG Clips, thanks for tuning in. Harvick to the outside of the 22. Side-trapped. Big run for Harvick into 3 and 4. On the outside lane, he's got a run on the second place car of Bell. Harvick in the wall off 4. Tires are up. That's the nighttime I've gotten into the wall. Jones is for position for Harvick. 17th. Jones looking to the bottom of the 5 of Larson. Harvick going to the top, 3 wide, and clears him. So Harvick is back to being 1 lap down as he is out in front of the field. And now he has clean air in front of him as well. Caution would be great right now. And Harvick can pit again. Our trivia question of the night will be this. Who are the only 2 drivers for Ford to win back-to-back races at Las Vegas in the NASCAR Cup Series? That is going to be tonight's trivia question. And I'll give you guys till lap 180 for ourselves. The start of lap 180. You guys have to answer tonight's trivia question. We're the only 2 drivers for Ford in NASCAR Cup Series history to win back-to-back races at Las Vegas. Christopher Bell's just taking the lead away from Kyle Larson. Second time we've at least seen Bell out in front. Highest, Kevin Harvick has been in the running order for some time as well. In 17th, and the fact that he is back to 1 lap down for the time being as well. Has to be nice. He's about 2.5 seconds ahead of Bell. Few tenths of a second faster lap than the race leader right now. Like he was able to get through that pack on the restart and get to where he's at. Eric Jones for right now just ahead. Christopher Bell as well. Harvick about 0.6 of a second quicker than Bell that last lap. But again, we're getting close to lap 15. As far as the green flag laps go in this final stage, means Harvick's car is going to be getting tighter, tighter, and tighter from pretty much here on out. I do see 1 car on pit road right now. By the way, the stage break would have been the 7th caution of the race today. We had 11 in each of the first 2 races of the season. A 500-mile race and a 400-mile race. See Kevin Harvick as one of the answers for the trivia question, by the way. Again, there are 2 drivers you have to answer. He is not one of them also. 2 drivers in the answer. Who are the only 2 drivers for Ford to win back-to-back Cup Series races at Las Vegas? Kenseth back-to-back in 2003, 2004. Who is the other guy? You guys have to have 2 in your answer. Gotta have them both. You don't have to name the years, you just gotta name the drivers. Let's have about 2 more laps yet. What would be even better for Kevin Harvick is if the field pits. He'll get back on the lead lap for a brief moment. Will a caution potentially come out then, and he gets both laps back at the start of the stage? Then he could pit, and it's an equal race to the end from there. That would be the most ideal situation. Michael Turner did get tonight's trivia question correct. Yeah, Jeff Burton and Matt Kenseth are the 2 drivers for Ford to win back-to-back races at Las Vegas. Kenseth in 2003, 2004, and then Jeff Burton, well, I believe 99 and 2000, if I'm not mistaken. Could have been 2000, 2001. I'd have to go back and look at that when I pit the next time. By the way, Truex just exited pit road. Am I 3 laps down? I thought I was only 2 down. Truex just exited pit road. I'm in 16th, he's in 9th. I did not get his position out of that. Well, I guess... I don't know. This is weird. I'm very confused. Dives to the bottom underneath Harvick. Harvick straight up the racetrack. Let Truex get on by. It was 99 2000. Alright, thanks. Bentley Potts and Dark Crypto, thanks for watching as well tonight. Kyle Busch never drove for a Ford, by the way. The only other driver outside of those two to ever win back-to-back races at Vegas in the Cup Series is Jimmy Johnson. He actually did it 3 years in a row in the mid-2000s. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I should be... Considering I had the flat right front tire, I should be 1 lap down at the start of the stage, not 2 or 3. This is just ridiculous. I wonder if that last caution that came out right before the end of the stage when we restarted with 15 to go, that had to have trapped me another lap down. I mean, that's probably going to happen if a caution came out now. I think I'm 1 lap down, and it probably puts me another lap down again. So, I mean, I have no clue. We just have to kind of just race and hope for the best, I guess. Once I find out if or when Christopher Bell pits, I think we stay out a few laps, but then have to consider pitting pretty close to it. Otherwise, Harvick's going to be losing quite a bit of time. Keep thinking it's later. It's so dark outside. It's only 7:40. Decent amount of cars on pit road again. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. Just overdrove turns 3 and 4. Harvick back up to 14th. He has gained a few positions since pit stop started. But I have a bad feeling he might have been an extra lap down compared to... Oh, why are the lights coming on? This is not a night race. Vegas has 2 day races now, in fact. Not just 1. But Austin Dillon was going to make contact with me there for a second. I hope the lights glitch isn't a thing anyway. I swear that would be straw that breaks the camel's back and me trying to hold back my rage at this point if that's going to end up happening again. The fact that there shouldn't even... This isn't a night race. Vegas has 2 day races. And yet the lights are coming on. There's sun on the back straightaway yet too. Look, I mean the sun's still out on the back stretch, but the lights are on. Meanwhile, Kevin Harvick in 13th. Have to assume that Christopher Bell has pitted somewhat recently. Pretty much every car that is closing in behind Harvick from behind has fresher tires. Harvick actually back inside the top 10. He's up to 10th place right now. I feel like a caution would help us if it came out. And we'll see if we get one. I feel like I'm looking up on this camera. I feel like I'm looking at the sky. This feels weird. Maybe the windshields are a bit bigger with the next gen car. That could be some of it. Maybe sit a bit lower also. Harvick up to 9th now. Lifts off turn 4. Probably didn't have to. It's out of a safety precaution there to try to keep it off the wall. Okay, the lights glitch is happening. I'm on the bottom. You've got to be... Oh my gosh, I'm bringing out a caution. I hope Cody Ware wrecks. Oh, he did. He did. Bring out the yellow. Bring out the... Thank you. Good grief. Game just froze on me. I had a feeling that was going to happen when I saw the lights coming on. I turned Cody Ware on purpose. I was not losing another lap. I probably did with the caution coming out anyway, but... I deserve that. Unfortunately, my car does have a bit of damage on the right side. We kept it clean the whole race just for that to happen. That is ridiculous. Harvick gonna take on fresh tires. And we'll head to the restart. Harvick in 12th, green flag back in the air. I don't know how Harvick had damage from behind, but... My car gonna be slow with the damage now. I mean, we did not take off well in that restart. Still a shot at a good finish. I don't know what happened on that restart, but Harvick did not take off well. He's got slightly fresher tires again. We'll see if he can take advantage of it. Greg Biffle moving up into him a little bit. A lot of cars checking up. Harvick is up to 10th. I wonder if that light glitch might end up actually helping me rather than hurting me. So we are still lapped down. Larson's in 5th. I think he's the last car in the lead lap. I like how the sun is still out, but it's like night. It shouldn't even be a night race. Even on slightly fresher tires, Harvick's got some damage on this race car. And it is significant because he cannot really keep up with these guys in turns 1 and 2. Closes in immensely through 3 and 4. About got into the back of Kyle Larson. Sticking it out for right now. Maybe we get more cautions. Who knows? Oh, we've got a wreck. One car around. Chase Elliott on the apron. Has spun. Will we get a caution? Harvick, 3 wide middle, getting sandwiched by Josh Bilicki. No caution came out for Chase Elliott spinning. XX Larry, thanks for tuning in.
Clear, clear, clear. Got one left.
There's a big checkup, though, where Harvick got a spot. I think he passed Elliott for position because Cindric is in 9th now,
All clear.
right around Harvick.
Stay right.
And Harvick going to clear Cindric up off the exit of the corner. Kevin Harvick has rallied to 9th place at Las Vegas. Cindric battles back, gets around Harvick on the outside through 1 and 2.
Clear, clear, clear.
Elliott is crazy, thanks for tuning in. NASCAR 21 Ignition with the 2022 season update. I'm not sure how Chase Elliott spun, but he spun, and a large portion of the field checked up. Larson side jobs his way back around Harvick. I think he pitted during that last restart, which was why he was towards the back despite being in 5th. So he might have slightly fresher tires. Kevin Harvick looking for back-to-back top 10s, even with not having a single stage point today. 13th and 23rd in the stages. 3 laps down at the start of the stage, and now he's 1 lap down. The light glitch and caution, and even though he was involved, he was able to get a couple laps back right before that. 1 on the restart, 1 during pit stops because he hadn't made a green flag stop like the rest of the field yet. And it's still a one-stop race to the end for everybody in the field. You never know what's going to happen in this race. You saw Elliott spin not that long ago. Maybe somebody else spins.
Got one left. Car low.
Harvick definitely has some damage, though. And
One left. Clear all around.
he holds his own in 3 and 4, but he can't keep up with these guys at all in 1 and 2. It was hard before. It's even harder now. 1 car sideways. The exit of the corner.
Stay right.
Eric Almirola in the 10 also made contact with his teammate Harvick on the outside.
One left. Still next to you.
That was through 3 and 4. Harvick kept it off the wall, though.
Stay right.
Outside of the light glitch, though, which I won't count, I've hit the wall 9 times. So that over-under of 10. Hanging on to it right now.
Stay right.
A lot of lap traffic, though.
Clear all around. 3 wide. You're up top.
Elliott spinning kind of jacked everybody up, and that's why there's so many cars under a blanket right now. Caution did not come out, as he stayed low enough out of the way. Elliott is 2 seconds behind Harvick and
3 wide.
did not pit after that spin. Oh, massive checkup off turn 4.
1 left. 3 wide. 2 down there. Low. Low. 2 inside. You're 3 wide. 2 inside. You're 3 wide. 2 inside. You're 3 wide. Clear, clear. Got 1 left. Clear, clear, clear.
Harvick going down to the bottom to try to block in the middle of the corner on the cars he was already passing so he can try to hold his own a little bit more in 3 and 4. The leaders out in front of all this traffic have definitely pulled away. Harvick trying to get down to the bottom of Almirola this time. Car squeezing him. Harvick pulling back up in front of Garrett Smithley.
Clear, clear, clear.
Smithley trying to cross him back over. Harvick trying to play catch up now in turns 3 and 4, driving it in really deep. I have to stick most of the way through the corner. There's definitely some cars slipping and sliding around quite a bit. 52 laps to go in this race.
Clear, clear, clear.
A battle-tested Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas so far.
3 wide, 2 down.
Harvick has a run off turn 4 on the outside. Pulls back alongside Almirola underneath him. Into turns 1 and 2. Keep it off the wall, off turn 4. Ty Dillon pulling up right in front of him. He was clear, though. Harvick's starting to gain some time, though, and he might have a shot to get back to Cindric. Down in line on the bottom. Harvick getting a little tight, though, in the middle of the corner. He almost had Ty Dillon cleared. Now he's going to hop in line right behind him as he stays in front of the 77 of Josh Bilicki. Kelly Suter, thanks for tuning in. Pass made in 3 and 4 for Harvick. I don't know how I made it through this. There was a spin, we missed it. And we stayed green. Ty Dillon going to get right back around Kevin Harvick. I was going to say, I lifted quite a bit in the middle of the corner. I cannot stick 1 and 2. Like I said, 3 and 4 on the other hand. That's the strong corner for Harvick. Big push to Corey LaJoie off turn 4. He held on to the race car. LaJoie driving it in deep down to the bottom underneath the 2 of Cindric. Harvick now underneath the 2 as well for 9th. Oh, a little contact. Harvick driving it in deep. Oh, J.J. Yaley now comes down inside on the 4. Harvick still got in front of him and luckily didn't wipe out the contact, and he's up to 9th. Rest in peace, Kevin. We're surviving. Hold on for dear life. Chase Briscoe also for position in 8th in front of all this for SHR. Harvick with a block on Allmendinger in the tri-oval. Bubba Walls gets around AJ. Harvick kind of diamonding turns 1 and 2 off. Hangs on to it on the exit of the corner. He's going to keep his pace up. On the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Big move by Harvick to the outside. His teammate Chase Briscoe's underneath him, side by side for 8th place off turn 4. Briscoe put Harvick in the wall. A little bit of contact. Harvick didn't appreciate that. Lost a lot of momentum in the tri-oval. Harvick in the dirty air behind the 14, got too tight, had to lift off turn 4, couldn't hold his momentum. Number 1 pit stop left to the end of this race still. When will everybody hit pit road? Because we're down to about 53 laps left this time by at the line. Harvick's keeping some sort of pace with Briscoe. Briscoe getting loose off turn 4, trying to hang on to his race car. Harvick just can't keep up with him in 1 and 2. He gets too close to him, though, in 3 and 4. He gets a little too tight. Stayed about half a lane lower. Not bad through 1 and 2 that time. Trying to keep the momentum up into 3 and 4 again. He continues to get just a little bit closer to the 14 car. Didn't get overly tight that time. Every point matters. You never know if we're going to even win a race on this game with the full races this season. Gotta take advantage. Especially in a day where there's no stage points for Harvick. Harvick to the outside of the 14. Again, Briscoe moves up off the bottom and makes contact with Harvick. That time, Harvick didn't get the wall. The 17's going to get by him. Second time, Harvick was on the outside of the 14, and the 14 moved up into him. That killed Harvick's momentum. Really wants that 17 car to get back alongside of him. Chase Elliott in 10th place has rallied after that spin. He's closing in on Harvick and Briscoe as well. Elliott on the outside lane. Briscoe got tight in line behind. Busher got to, 17's around. That's going to cause a caution. Briscoe was coming into the pits. Caution is out in this race. I don't know if that's going to trap Harvick another lap down or not. I have a bad feeling it might, because it's been 3 laps down a couple times today, unfortunately. He was 1 lap down when that caution came out. Second caution of the stage, which would give us 9 cautions in the race. We had 11 in each of the first 2 races. Briscoe kind of pitted out of nowhere off turn 4. There's not that many cars on pit road right now either, unless there were cars in the pits when that had come out. We'll see how this is all going to cycle. Green flag is going to be back in the air. And will we stay green to the end of this race? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to wait and find out. Probably going to see some cars pit. Harvick would like to get back to the top just in case. Oh, Stenhouse got loose. See about wrecked off of turn 2. I think he caught it. No, he didn't catch it. Never mind. Caution's out. I thought he might have caught it, but looked like he might have grazed the wall a bit. Harvick going to stay out. Try it again. Green flag back in the air again. A good restart for Harvick. Took off pretty well that time. That was our 10th caution of the race. Harvick scrapes the wall into the corner. A lot of cars scattering and pitting. Harvick misses everybody. Back up to 13th. See if he gets any spots out of that this time by. And we'll also see if any more cars pit. Really hoping we can get back in the top 10. For all the cycling. And everybody else is coming into the pits this time. Will we stay green long enough? Harvick back up to the top 10. He's up to 8th. Can he cycle back to the lead the next time by? Probably not, because Truex is 3 seconds behind him in second. But I think Harvick's going to gain some positions out of this. It's a matter of how many, and will we stay green to the end? We had 11 cautions in the first 2 races of the season. We've had 10 today. As Larry McReynolds would say, the trends would tell us we probably have 1 more coming before the end of this one. Harvick is back inside the top 5 and is in 5th place through everything that has happened today, which it has been a lot. A light glitch, a couple of scoring glitches. We could assume he's on the lead lap right now, but that's not entirely the case, potentially. Martin Truex Jr. is scored the race leader. Harvick is up to 3rd now, this time by. Can the 19 car make it on field to the end of the race? Will we get another caution before the end of the race? Oh, Harvick's up to 4th, my bad. It scored me in 3rd, now it has me in 4th. Okay, whatever. I thought I was in 3rd. So Harvick's in 4th. He just got around Byron for position on the back straightaway. Reddick just cycled out in front of him. He's the 3rd place car. Truex is the leader. Harvick on a little bit older tires, though, than everybody else around him, unfortunately. Clean air on the nose of his race car. .48 car clipping the apron, trying to get around the 24 of Byron. Bowman in 8th. Harvick just hoping it stays green to the finish. Well, I don't know. Maybe a caution. I don't know if that would help us or hurt us at this point if another yellow came out. Over a half a tank of fuel left yet. And we'll have about 20 laps to go very soon. $32 likes on the stream, by the way. Thanks for everybody hitting that like button tonight. Be sure to subscribe for more daily NASCAR content if you haven't already. Kevin Harvick just trying to hold on to a top 5 finish today at Las Vegas. We know we get 15 to 20 laps into the run, his car really starts to tighten up. He's got a lot of cars on fresher tires behind him right now. Some for position. Most of them not for position. Kind of halfway mirror driving on the 24. Looked low into turns 1 and 2. Couldn't get around Harvick, though. A lot more cars definitely start to stack up in this mess. Good news is for Harvick, he has clean air on the nose of his race car, which is helpful. Have to try to keep it that way. I have a feeling one car gets around him, they're going to freight train him. C-Man 1984, thanks for tuning in. Byron with a run. Harvick in a block on the outside. About turned himself. jacked the line up enough that the 48 was able to get by the 24. 48 down low. Contact. He just drove right up into the side of Harvick. Harvick came down a bit, but the 48 moved up enough. And that's going to allow his teammate, William Byron, to get by for fourth finally. That was cheap. Buescher in 6th, not that far behind Kevin Harvick as well. And, of course, race leader Martin Truex Jr., second car in line behind Harvick also. We're down to about 15 laps to go in this race. Truex trying to become the third different winner in the third race of the season. If he can hold on. Not sure who or exactly how far back second place is from the 19. It's just a conga line of traffic behind Harvick right now. I don't know why the car's as mangled as it is. I had contact with Cody Ware when the light glitch happened. I blew a right front tire when I hit the wall. I don't know why the rear of the car is damaged. I never got hit in the rear of the car this entire race. Wall or whatever it may be. And there was not that much contact on the nose to put the hole in it. Like it was almost like a clean hook when it had taken place. That was a big block by Harvick, by the way, on the 19. Truex just desperately trying to stay in the lead lap right now. He cleared. It was a clean block, though. Back to the top on the 34. Back to the bottom on the 19. No rear view mirrors, making this very difficult. Briscoe kind of got shuffled back in traffic. A mini super speedway race going on right now. Truex on the run. Down low again. Harvick going there to block. Harvick's got slightly older tires, which is why there's so many cars right behind him. Haley down to the bottom that time. Harvick can't stick the bottom completely. Justin Haley's going to get there, and he's going to get underneath them on the back straightaway. Harvick in line. Gets into Haley. It's going to stall him out a little bit. And Christopher Bell now has caught Martin Truex Jr. and they're battling for the lead. And Harvick's trying to stay in the lead lap with about 10 laps to go. 10 to 12, I don't know. For says stage 3, we have 10 to go. Up on the lap counter, we have like 13 to go. So I don't know exactly how many laps are left. Bell has just passed Truex on the outside through 1 and 2 for the lead. So now Bell trying to get his first win of the season. Harvick up the track, a little tight off turn 4, into the wall. Truex is going to get by him now. Stenhouse. Door bangs Harvick on the front stretch. All tires are up on Harvick's car after getting into the wall that time. Harvick still in 5th. Touched the apron a little bit through 3 and 4. Chastain up on the outside is in 9th. I think he's 2 laps down. Briscoe still the 6th place car trying to catch Harvick for position. Harvick trying to hold on to a top 5. He's a lap down now, so if the caution came out, wouldn't really have a shot to win. We did have an overtime finish at Auto Club. Yellow came out with 5 laps to go. Not impossible that would happen again today at Las Vegas. And plus, we've had 10 cautions so far in the race today. We've had 11 in the first 2 races.
Only a few laps till we pit.
Quarter tank of gas left for Kevin Harvick. If I can't go 35 laps on fuel this final run because a caution came out and we burnt fuel under the yellow and I stayed out, that'd be ridiculous. Briscoe to the inside of Harvick. That is for 5th. Harvick going to try to get back underneath Briscoe. Slide job into the corner. Actually held on to it. Clipped the apron going in. He clears the 14. And he's right back into 5th again off turn 4. Briscoe trying to get by in the tri-oval. Harvick holding on his teammate. Trying to get the top 5 finish. Briscoe has a run, looking to the outside. Into turns 1 and 2. Harvick drives it in just a tad bit deeper than Briscoe. Harvick stays in front of him. Harrison Burton in the 21 down to the inside. Doesn't have enough of a run on Harvick into 3 and 4 to get around him. Burton has cleared the 14 car, so there is a pit car between 5th and 6th now. Truck's already 5+ seconds ahead of Harvick. Chastain's actually caught past the 19 during this run. Really hope there's enough fuel in the car. Like I said, if we can't go 35 laps because a caution came out, that's ridiculous. On 1.5 miles. I'll be getting a little tight up the track that time. Burton's going to get around him. Briscoe's on the outside. He's more worried about him, though, than Harrison Burton. Problem is Harvick's going to have some dirty air in front of him. He got low enough that it didn't affect him that time through 3 and 4, though, and Burton will hopefully drive away far enough that Harvick won't have to deal with dirty air by the time he gets into 1 and 2. So there's 2 laps to go on the one indicator, but there's 4 laps to go on the other indicator, and I'm not sure which one is correct. They may both be wrong. Who knows with this game? Harvick is really tight, though. He's in the wall off turn 2. He stays in front of Briscoe. Only lap cars got around him, luckily. Briscoe's still stuck on the outside. Harvick's car is getting just tighter and tighter and tighter this late in the run. It's about as old of tires as he's had on the car all day. Leaders have not gotten the white flag yet. I don't know if we'll know when the last lap is until we get the checkered flag. Who knows? Briscoe right in line behind Kevin Harvick. There it is, white flag in the air, 1 lap to go. So this next lap will be the final lap of the race. How am I 2 laps down again? I had to have lost another lap during that last caution. Elliott to the outside of Briscoe. Briscoe down low now. That's where all these cars have been getting around Harvick recently, is on the bottom. Harvick really backing up the corner. He's just holding a train of cars down, hoping Briscoe can't get to the outside. And off the exit of the corner, Briscoe does look high, looks back low. Checkered flag going to be in the air off turn 4. Christopher Bell is going to win at Las Vegas. Our 3rd different winner in the 3rd race of the season. And off turn 4, Kevin Harvick going to hang on to a top 5 somehow, some way here today at Las Vegas. I'll take it. I'll take it. 35 laps on fuel at the end of the race, and we still almost ran out somehow, but I don't know how I finished 2 laps down still. I lost 4 laps because of cautions today. I made up 2 of them, I was thinking I was only 2 down for a while. Then I kind of figured I was 3 down because I wasn't on the lead lap yet. And then I ended up losing another lap under that last caution when I should have been 1 lap down. Or I should have been on the lead lap, but I was 1 lap down. And then the leaders got back around me because I was on older tires there, that final 35 lap stint. A green flag racing to the end. But needless to say, top 5 finish despite being, according to this game, 2 laps down. Christopher Bell's going to get the win again today. 1-2 finish for Joe Gibbs Racing. Truex wins the first 2 stages but finishes second in the race. So he's got 3 playoff points, all on stage wins in 3 races, but no wins yet. Tyler Reddick is going to end up finishing in 3rd. William Byron 4th. Kevin Harvick gets a top 5. Back-to-back top 5s on this game. I will take that, especially in the intermediates. Finished 2nd at Auto Club. 5th today at Las Vegas. We did not have a 5th place car. We kind of scratched and clawed. We strategized our way into the finish. We pitted literally every caution throughout the race except for that last one, just because I wanted to see if the field was going to pit on the restart, and that's what did happen. That ended up picking ourselves up from 13th to 5th there at the end. So I pretty much had about an 18th place car at best today, and we scratched and clawed our way to a top 5. So some of the bugs hurt us, some of them helped us. In the end, we ended up with a top 5 finish, and we were the highest running Ford at the end of the race. Chase Briscoe ends up finishing at 6th, Kyle Larson 7th, Alex Bowman 8th, Ross Chastain 9th, Chase Elliott rounds out the top 10, so all 4 Hendrick Chevys finished 4th and 10th. And no Penske, Ford is in the top 10 at the end of the race, even though they all got stage points throughout the course of the day, and they all finished 11th through 14th. Busch started towards the back. He was up towards the front for a brief moment, finished 22nd. And nobody DNF'd today. So nobody DNF'd at Auto Club or today at Vegas. Awesome. I am impressed with myself there. I have to take some screenshots real quick on the finishing results. Just get to see where your favorite drivers finished. I'm getting good finishes, which is good in case I don't win a race, because it's going to be hard to win a race on expert mode on this game. I don't know how the road courses are going to run, and I don't know how the short tracks are going to run. I've seen some bad stuff with the short tracks on this game. It looks like the AI crashes. Now, I will say that they kind of crash, and then they all stop, but there are cautions on because we're running full races. So, with that being said, we probably won't have that issue, I hope, but we'll see. Like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys tomorrow night. We'll run NASCAR 22. We'll run that first short track race as we go to we ran that tonight. As we go to Phoenix tomorrow night. That will be a 50% race. We have 4 50% races on the season. That is the first one, mainly because we do race there a second time, and that second race is a championship. So it will be a 50% race, 156 laps at Phoenix tomorrow night. That will start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Live race commentary on the race weekends for the real races. The video game side during the week. We did live commentary yesterday for the Charlotte Roval NASCAR Cup Series race. Glad to see a few hundred of you guys in the chat for that one again. And hopefully we have that again, because I'll be doing live commentary for the Cup race again next weekend at Las Vegas for the round of 8 opener. I'll see you guys, everybody. Thanks for watching again. Have a good rest of your Monday night.